I have arrived in Dhanbad and it's too cold here. Today at the crack of the dawn I will start off for Parasnath trek. Swastik Lodge. This is where I have put up in Dhanbad. It's located very close to the railway station. Warm and cozy and also very affordable. Drop 100 rupees at the reception and you can check in. The nearest station to Parasnath Hills is Parasnath Junction, but I decided to try out something more thrilling. I got off a station behind at Nimiyaghat because the locals say the route to Parasnath Hills from Nimiyaghat is not a very popular one and least travelled. This is the approach road to Parasnath Hill from Nimiyaghat station. The base of the mountain is little over 2 kilometers from this place. Taxis and auto rickshaws ply regularly on this route, so no worries. You don't have to cover the whole distance on foot unless you are unlucky like me. This is the point on GT road at Nimiyaghat from where the original trek to Parasnath Hill begins. From here up to a distance of 2 kilometers, the road is motorable. From there on, one has to trek through thick, dense forest to reach the top of the hill. Those blue-green hills are part of Parasnath mountain range. The view of the mountain is getting clearer as this road that leads to the foothill of the mountain is sloping upwards with every steps. This is the most non-conventional of the 3 routes to Parasnath Hill, as you can't spot another trekker on the way. The other 2 being from Eastri Bazaar on Dhanbad Delhi road and another through Madhuban of Parasnath Giridih road. That's on the other side of the mountain. In fact, that's the route I will be taking on the way back. After a trek for nearly 1.5 hours, it looks like I am entering the core area of the mountain forest. The summit of the peak is another 500 meters up. The forested part of the mountain accounts for the longest stretch of the trek. This part has tall leafy trees that provides a canopy over you which protects you from direct sun rays. After a 3-hour trek, finally the top of the hill can be visible from this point. Over there you can see the spire of the Parasnathji temple, also known as Shammed Shikharji. Here comes the point where the route through which I have come merges with the route coming from Eastri Bazaar and Madhuban. At an altitude of 1500 meters above sea level, Shammed Shikharji is the highest point in the state of Jharkhand. The locals call it Marangburu and it's an important pilgrimage for the Jains. Now it's time to climb down as it is getting dark. The road to Madhuban that goes downhill is extremely steep but is a cemented one and quite well maintained. The carpet of greenery in the foggy setting makes this place resemble a lot like the hills of Rudraprayag and Haridwar. It's very tricky for a first timer to say whether they are the mountains of Jharkhand or Uttarakhand. Needless to say that the Parasnath hill trek has ended my year on a sweet note. All's well that ends well.